the second part, we'll be discussing listening. Some people have asked me some questions regarding listening. Some have problem with true false not given. Some have problem with the writing module. So all these things also we'll try to cover. Now, first thing, if you talk about listening test, many people I understand have problem with the multiple choice questions. Now there are two types of multiple choice questions in listening. One where you just have like four options and you have to choose one. Three or four options are given. That is little easier compared to other. In section 3, sometimes you have 6 to 7 options and you have to match the columns. That adds to the difficulty level. Section 1 and 2 are easier compared to section 3 and 4. So let us see the structure of listening test and how we can tackle those things. Now, as you can see here on the screen, your listening test is of 30 minutes. Plus, in pen and paper based test, you will have 10 extra minutes to transfer your answers from question paper to answer sheet. Remember, question paper is not checked, only answer sheets are checked. You can write all answers in capital letters, there is no problem. It is highly recommended so that you don't have to worry about which letter is capital and which is not. This is one important tip. Spellings are important. Both British and American spellings are like acceptable in the exam. So you won't be penalized for that. Section 1 and 2 are easier. Generally, they belong to some social context and basic survival English. So one of the strategies for scoring 8 in listening, I would suggest to score 20 out of 20 in first two sections. Because section 3 and 4 are bound to be more difficult. And there you may commit some mistakes despite a lot of practice. So I think one of the strategies, key strategies I would suggest for listening is try to get 100% in section 1 and 2. That is easier compared to section 3 and 4. Now let us see one multiple choice question of listening test, and let us see how we can tackle that particular question. Now here I have one test, and we'll see this particular question. Some people have asked query. Now again, in the listening test, all answers will be in sequence. Now for example, here you have a table and you have to answer different questions. So there are 4 columns: place, date, number of seats, optional, extra. So just focus on the missing information, like St. Ives, like what is the date, what is optional extra in London, what location is covered on 3rd March. Now location generally they will spell out. So that would make your job easier. And then what is optional extra in Bath. So don't focus on what is the given information, like your number of seats they have given already. So you need not worry about that information. Just you have to focus on the missing information. This is one very, very important tip as far as listening module is concerned. Sometimes you have maps also. Again, in the map also the answers are in sequence only. Like for example, here you can see the map. Again, in the map, remember what is right and left. Now this is your right as you enter, and this is your left. And if they give north, south, east, west direction, so top is always north, other end of English letter capital L is east. So remember this simple analogy. English letter capital L means north and east. Generally confusion is related to east and west. So even if they don't give this these directions, you can still make out. Again, here the answers are in sequence. So first you have to see what is to your right, then what is to your left, what is at the top, what is at the right top corner, right? What is near the grinding shop, and this row of buildings. So by focusing on the missing information, and as you know, you can expect everything in the sequence, that would make even map easier. Just follow this basic thing and directions I told you. Now here there is one multiple choice question. Let me enlarge it. Now my suggestion for multiple choice questions of listening is convert everything into 5W1H format, like what, why, when, where, how, who. This is the first tip I would give. Now, Melanie could not borrow any book from the library. Rohan Sharma, can you please mute it?
Yeah, please, please.
Yeah, otherwise I'll have to stop. Yeah. So here, why she could not borrow? See, our mind is always tuned, right? From our primary level of education, we are tuned. We know how to answer questions. So my suggestion is, even if it is a statement, convert it into question. And it is very simple: what, why, when, where, how, who. So Melanie could not borrow any books from the library. Why? I think now your mind, can recognize. You have to just look for the reason. And generally, in listening test, you will see the first option what they say is not the answer. Generally, answer is somewhere in the middle or in the end. So listen to whole thing as a story. And my suggestion is keep two questions keywords in mind, like why she could not borrow books, why she has not started the assignment. So that you won't miss anything. Again, once you come to this, go to the next and try to eliminate as you listen. They may say everything, but you have to focus on the keywords. My main idea was, the major problem was, the reason I decided, what I actually chose to do. So these kind of words are called stress words. So in multiple choice, that can be very useful to you. Now this is another kind of multiple choice question which I was talking about in listening. So here, as you can see, there are so many options: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So there are 7 options, and then you have to match these columns. So how to remember? Is there any way out, to make this simpler? So my suggestion here would be, try to see if you can simply divide the information to positive, negative, or something. Here I can see a scale from don't read, limited value, useful, and must read. This is from minus to plus. And what to read? Read first section, research method, conclusion can be last section also. So I tried to divide the information into 2 parts. Now it becomes much easier for me to understand, even if they paraphrase. If they say, I don't know why I have included that one. So that means don't read. It's a must read, or it's highly recommended, must read. It might be helpful, useful. It might be of some help, but not much, limited value. Read the last section, conclusion. So expect some kind of paraphrasing. Don't expect the same words which are given here. But this kind of division can definitely help you tackle these kind of questions very, very effectively. So I think this is what I would suggest regarding listening. So I think you have got some fair idea, like how you can tackle these kind of questions. So in a computer delivered test, this will be in the form of drag and drop. Maybe just you have to drag and drop option to the correct place. Now we'll come to the second module, that is the reading test. Academic and general training reading both have like 40 questions. In academic, there will be 3 passages. In general training, there will be 3 sections. Section 1 and 2 will have 2 small activities. So there will be, and section 3 will have 1 long passage, like academic. So there will be 5 activities total in general, while in academic there will be 3 long passages. That's the basic difference. And in academic reading, even if you get 30 out of 40, you get 7. 35 out of 40 will be 8. But in general training, you need 34 out of 40 to get 7, and 37 out of 40 to get 8. So many people have asked me questions like, one is the problem of time management. Definitely, many people who are not in the habit of reading regularly, so they have some kind of problem in managing time in the reading test. Definitely, that's a genuine problem. So is there any way out? Is it really necessary to read each and every word? Right? Let us take some small example, and we'll try to just see like how we can make this little simpler. Okay, let me just take one of the, I'll take one long passage, so I think it will give you better idea. Now I'll take one reading passage, or maybe I'll take make the screen like computer delivered test only, so you will get the idea about the computer delivered test reading screen, how it looks. Just give me a second. Yeah, just give me a second. So there was some disturbance. Just give me a second. I am opening it like the computer delivered test. So you will have the idea how the screen looks like. So those who are not familiar with this particular format, they will have the idea like what it is. So this is one screen. And we'll also make another screen. Okay, we'll take one long passage. On the right side, I'll put questions. And on the left side, I will put the passage. Now, as you can see, you have now two scrollable screens. Please mute. Yeah. Now here, what we'll do, we'll look at the questions first. We'll see what are the different types of questions. As you know, there are some types of questions which are in sequence. In this particular small webinar, it's not possible to cover all those areas. In our regular training sessions, we cover that. And in fact, the main advantage of training here is that we simplify the things for you. So here, like which section contains the following information? There are some questions related to that. Even I can slightly make it bigger also so that you can read clearly. And you may use any letter more than once. This is a kind of question. And then there are true, false, not given kind of questions. So there are two types of questions I have noted. So I know like true, false, not given questions will be in sequence only. The answers will be in sequence. But for this question, first question, the answers are not in sequence. So here I may have to probably underline all the keywords and scan for the keywords totally. So generally what we do when there is a long passage, we divide it into three parts. ABC is first group, DE is second group, FG is third group. So that makes it little easier for us to avoid back reading. Back reading means you go forward and then again come backwards. That is called back and forth reading. That is one of the biggest time waster in reading test. So in our sessions, we generally do some exercises with you people. So you get the idea like how you can tackle it. Now, for example, true, false, not given. Right? Now, for example, here there is a question. Forces are the only measures used to determine diamond value. So what I will do is, I know there is one word which is very, very important. That is only. I will just check in the passage whether it is only or is there any exception. If they say apart from these forces, fluorescence in diamond is also considered. Now I know it is the exception to only, so it will contradict. So whatever contradicts is false. Again, one trap in the examination is sometimes they give you yes, no, not given, and sometimes they give you true, false, not given. Now, if they ask you yes, no, not given, and if you write true, false, what happens? You will lose marks. Definitely. Why? Because you are supposed to even read the instructions carefully. This is finally the test of English language. So that is going to be there. So we need some strategies to identify. Diamonds were first used for religious purpose. I will focus on the word first. If they say something before using them as the religious icon, they were used for used as cutting tools. So if something came before, it cannot be first. So it will contradict. So that is how you tackle. And you can even underline some keywords. Your keywords. So we have like the keyword matching strategy that we cover in detail. Like how we can focus on the keywords. These 20% keywords can give you 80% score. Rather than focusing on the passage, 80% of the passage and 20% keywords, the important thing is to focus on keywords. And if you understand how to identify the keywords clearly and how to avoid back reading, reading test won't be the problem for you.